The Dallas Cowboys. The team everyone loves to hate, and for good reason. The fans are obnoxious, players overrated, and probably overpaid. The owner, Jerry Jones, always in the media, always controlling and manipulating everything about this team. But what if I told you this season is different? This season is unlike any season in the past couple years because this year, my Dallas Cowboys are going to make a Super Bowl run. Hello, I'm So from Hardly Any Hesitation podcast, and this is going to be the 5 reasons why the Dallas Cowboys are legit Super Bowl contenders. Reason number 1, the Dak Prescott signing. Although many people, including myself, initially felt that the Dak Prescott signing was not a good decision for the team, it could, in fact, turn out to be the very reason that they succeed in the upcoming season. Here's why. The Washington football team, the New York Giants, and the Philadelphia Eagles all have big question marks at quarterback for the upcoming season. While Fitzpatrick could become Fitzmagic, Daniel Jones can be Danny Dimes, and Jalen Hurts pretty much shocked everyone how well he played the first couple of games as a rookie. But none of them are as consistent or as sure as a one Mr. Dak Prescott. Look, I'll be the first to tell you that I was not always sold on Dak Prescott's ability to be a franchise quarterback in Dallas. At times, he looked shaky, he looked under-talented, he looked like he was benefiting from a system that showed many other talented players, such as Ezekiel Elliott, such as Amari Cooper. But after a little more than 4 years of watching him play, I think it is fair to say that he's a minimum a top 12 quarterback in this league. Dak Prescott has a completion percentage of 66%, a touchdown to interception ratio of 2.6 to 1, and a career QBR of 70. That's 0 to 150 being average. So 70 puts you right above average. All of these stats show that Dak Prescott has been a consistent quarterback who has proven to be a valuable franchise-type QB. And with the Cowboys now being the only team to have such a QB guaranteed for their future, I believe this allows them to not only win their division, but also to secure higher seeds in the upcoming playoffs. Reason 2, the head coach. Yes, Mike McCarthy did not impress anybody in his coaching debut as the Dallas Cowboys head coach. He made questionable decisions, and it was beginning to seem that Aaron Rodgers was the sole reason for his success as a head coach. But as a Dallas Cowboys hopeful, I'm willing to chalk that up to COVID, limiting the effect that he would have on the team in this first year. Yes, this is a big what if, but you got to hear me out. You're already here, you might as well hear me out. Without a true training camp or an off season, you're not having players come in, go over the schemes, you're not changing a culture. Obviously, the pandemic affected every team in a similar way, but it especially hurt teams with new head coaches. I know there's some exceptions to that rule, but stay with me. I believe McCarthy's changes in both the offense and the culture were stifled due to the pandemic, 100% pandemic. We're putting on the pandemic. That's it. As a result, the Dallas Cowboys were a pitiful and mock team, but this year, he'll have a full year teaching players under his system, and I think this will make a remarkable difference. On top of that, Kellen Moore has been improving as a coordinator, and I think the boys will have the offense clicking this year. Reason 3, defense. Don't even get me started. The defense was beyond awful last year. In fact, they were on track to being the worst defense in the history of the NFL under Mike Nolan. This offseason, we addressed that in a major way by hiring co-Legion of Boom creator Dan Quinn in an effort to revamp what was once a promising young defense. Add to this, we're reverting back to a 4-3 system, which has allowed players such as Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith to thrive in. They were playing all over the field back when we were in a 4-3 system with Chris Richard. An added bonus as well is we picked up Keanu Neal, who was once a promising young career, second coming of Cam Chancellor, And we're probably going to get a top corner in the draft, which means Dan Quinn could pick and choose players to fit his scheme exactly how he wants it to feel or how he wants it to fit. I think with all these changes, Dan Quinn could transform this defense from bottom 30 to potentially middle of the pack. And I say middle of the pack because I think it's too ridiculous to assume that you can take one of the worst defenses ever and make them a top 10 defense in just 1 year. I think it's going to take some time, but if you can just make this defense average, the offense is going to thrive. If you can just get one turnover a game and capitalize it, the offense is going to thrive. Points are going to be put up on the board. I believe the offense is going to be probably top 5 in almost every major offensive category. And by having just a defense that can stay within the top 20, it's going to be enough to put W's in the win column. Reason 4, the offensive line. Long gone are the days of the downright dominant O-line that led DeMarco Murray to 1,800 yards. But what remains could still be serviceable for what the Cowboys are trying to do on offense. La'el Collins, Zach Martin, and Tyron Smith all coming back, hopefully healthy and in near prime form, probably all a little bit out of their prime form, but as long as they're close, Cowboys offense should have enough to compete with the great D-lines in this division. And when I say that, the D-lines in this division are very nice. You have Fletcher Cox, that alone on the Eagles. Leonard Williams just signed a huge deal with the Giants, and Washington has just a stacked defensive front. I mean, from Chase Young to De'Aaron Payne, just a stacked front. Montez Sweat. So I think this O-line could be serviceable for what they have to face within their division. Also, this year's O-line class is one of the most stacked in recent memory, and the Cowboys could be able to capitalize and find some valuable depth at this position during the draft. Whether that means taking Rashawn Slater instead of a top corner at the number 10 spot, I'm not exactly 100% for that or against it, but it could make sense for what they're trying to do. Or they could come around in the second or third round and scoop up a nice value pick at the O-line spot. Being able to dominate the O-line will not only lead to more wins, but it will also mean more time for Dak Prescott to connect with one of his many weapons, a la a CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. Not to mention, Ezekiel Elliott with a better O-line is better for everyone. It takes pressure off of Dak Prescott, off the wide receivers. It allows the defense to have to be honest and not stack the box. It's just overall a great thing to have a serviceable O-line. I believe this is one of the reasons why they'll be contenders next year. Last but not least, timing. Now this, I'll say it right now, this is the weakest reason by a mile. The ones I previously mentioned, those are actually good football points. This, a little questionable, but this is the lowest I've seen Cowboys fans in a minute. I do not see we are going to win the Super Bowl next year. It's playoffs confirmed. There's not a ton of that on the internet. I know there's some bad ones out there, myself included, but not a ton of that. So no one really thinks we're contenders. Sports media has said it time and time again. The Cowboys are overrated, mediocre football team. Well, I think it's time like this when teams are able to jump from pretenders to contenders. And here's why. Just think about it for a second. No pressure, no expectations. And the combination with the other things that I mentioned earlier, could be looking at dramatic changes for Big D. And that's where I'm at with that. Just timing. Jerry Jones, timing. We can't go on this long without being a real contender. Timing. All right. So those are the 4 reasons why I think the Dallas Cowboys could be contenders next year. I said 4, I meant 5. 5 reasons why the Dallas Cowboys could be contenders next year. Let me know. Am I just being another Cowboys fan who has a little too much faith in his own team to realize how foolish he sounds? Probably. But let me know in the comments below. Call me a clown. I'll take it on the chin. Say I'm an idiot. Say I'm an idiot. Do it. Do it again. Say I'm an idiot. I won't fight back. Probably an idiotic take. I'm going to be honest with you. Recording this felt stupid. I'm going to get clowned on by my friends for this sports take. But hey, at least I'm being honest with you. At least I'm telling you how I feel. Let me know if I should make more videos like this outside of our regular sports podcast, more of a video essay-ish type thing. It took a lot of work, and I'm not joking. This took a lot more time than I thought it was going to be. So if, no one responds, probably going to stop doing it. But hey, if you like it, let me know. And check out our podcast, Hardly Any Hesitation Sports. We post about twice a week, every week. So we'll keep you posted on there. And until next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you for listening.